Okay, so let's start it off. Your overall energy is the Nine of Pentacles, okay? This is, maybe you have worked so hard to get to where you're at and you're kind of just thinking like, I'm missing one thing, or this is how somebody feels about you. But this is feeling abundant, and just kind of having it all, So let's begin with the spread. In the middle of the spread, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is, for me, this is obviously a new beginning, but it's reconciliation. For me, it's sometimes a reconciliation of a partner, especially with the outcome of the Six of Cups. So, but what's crossing you is the Three of Cups. So either, obviously this could be dealing with two different people, or this could be just, overindulging, for some reason, because the world is below you. So this is in your present situation. Okay. This is in your foundation. So, the world is changing. Karmic lessons are being learned. Not the wheel. I'm sorry. The world is changing in a different direction for you. Okay. In your present, you have the Justice card. This could be, Libra card as well. There is a few swords here. You could be dealing with the Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But this is about, balance, justice, things coming to light. In the past, you have the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment, okay? Which is, feeling happy, abundant. You've got two nines here, nines are about introspection, okay? And then if you add those, because then here you got another 9. So, it's all about, but this one, you're obviously going within. Maybe this is giving you anxiety because you've got two different people that you're dealing with, okay? And not knowing what decision to make, but that's about going within, especially with the 9 plus 9 is 18, and 8, 22, which would be 3. It's about information. So maybe getting that information, getting that clarity with the Justice, okay? So anyway, moving forward, we have the 8 of Swords in who you are. So you are feeling trapped, not being able to move, but obviously you can move. You just have to balance yourself and figure it out, because even in your hopes and your dreams, you've got the 2 of Pentacles, which is, either balancing your love life or balancing two people or balancing your love life with your work life, okay? And the Page of Swords, there is communication. So this is sometimes immature communication, or it could just be communication from a sword sign, or if you have swords in your chart, okay? But we also have in your hopes and fears is the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so he's obviously, juggling these two ideas, trying to balance, trying to get, clarity, especially with the, it being in your hopes and fears. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Okay, so in your outcome, you have the 6 of Pentacles. So this is feeling childlike. This is feeling kind of fresh emotions. Maybe because, you've made a decision. This could just be feeling very happy because, someone from your past you've rekindled with, but it's giving you anxiety at the same time. So let's clarify, okay? Let's get going here. Okay, so what's going on with this Ace of Pentacles? Father God, please give me clarification for Capricorn. Thank you. Boom. Okay, so double aces and the Knight of Cups. So this could be, your overall energy is the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Cups, which is 2, which is information. And maybe that's, you got some information, or you'll be getting information that makes you want to either offer your love, or someone else is offering their love to you. But this is a new beginning regardless, okay? But you have a 3 of Pentacles or the 3 of Cups, which is either hindering you or helping you. Let's see if there's one. The Moon. Things are not, 10 of Wands is like, not, it's an end of a completion. But it's also like not wanting to, well, in this deck, he keeps going, and Okay, so it's funny because you have the moon and the sun, okay? So after dark, there'll be light. So if you're juggling a situation or juggling two people, you're going to make a decision because your overall energy, it could be the other person offering you this new beginning, and that's why you're kind of stressed out because maybe you've put a lot of work with this person. But you have the sun and you have the moon. So after dark, there will be light. After maybe the moon to me with this, maybe there's a little bit of drinking going on. That's how I feel like with it. I don't feel like it's necessarily having two people. We'll get more clarity in the reading, but I almost feel like it's just, with the moon, it's like secrets, like not really sharing about what's going on. And here's this like partying too much and carrying burdens. And then maybe that's why you're doing this. Okay. But the sun will shine. I mean, you have the sun is abundance, but if you've got, problems regarding, issues with that, the sun will shine at the end and justice will be served and you will gain balance. Okay. For the Dorian virtue, you've got change in direction and you got shower of abundance and play. So maybe there's going to be a swift change in direction that you're not expecting. Okay. So anyway, let's look. I just want to look at this Nine of Cups. Father God, please give me clarification on the Nine of Cups for Capricorn from now until the end of October. Okay, so the Lovers. So in the past, maybe getting, a partner, maybe meeting someone that you really care about. It could be someone from the past, okay, because you do have the Six of Pentacles at the end of the reading. And let's see, but it's also a head or heart decision. So whatever this wish fulfillment was, you need to make a head or heart decision about it because there is this Ten of Pentacles, there is this abundance, there is this family, okay? So maybe that's what's confusing you right now. This whole new beginning is like something that you've been wishing for. And now that you don't have it, you don't know which direction to go. Well, sometimes the world just smacks you and it's like, this is where you're going. You know what I mean? This is also what's helping you, okay? And maybe seeing through the dark into the light is what's going to help you. Father God, so some of you could be dealing with okay, so maybe you're going through a cycle right now and you're kind of, doing your own thing and that's what's hindering you from this new beginning or this person. Because there's a Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, I almost feel like it's you could be dealing with the Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, okay? Or this is just you taking on that energy and wanting to have this new beginning after the world. Like, it's like, the world is almost like a wake-up call too, because it's a cycle that's completely ended, okay? And justice is about balance. The Two of Pentacles is about balance. But justice is about gaining that balance, gaining that clarity. And with this being the Ace of Swords here, it's like slicing through the truth. Maybe, you waking up and realizing what's happening or maybe this person you're going to have a new beginning with this, this water sign. Maybe you guys have went through some rough times, but your overall energy is the Nine of Cups. So it feels like the relationship may have been, abundant. Okay. So Father God, please give me clarification on the Justice. Now this could be, and I say this with much love, but it could be you being immature just because, maybe you don't know how to juggle your personal life with your love life, okay? Maybe there's other things at play. This card always reminds me of children, and I'm going to read it. Change in direction. The change in direction you're experiencing are divinely directed by your newborn willingness to open up your heart and love and our guidance. You are protected and in the future. So follow your path and happy outcomes do you desire. And I feel like that's okay. And here we go with the Justice. It's like almost like you're not sharing your emotions. You're keeping everything in, but yet you want communication. There's this, which is information, and maybe the information is what you need, in order to make this decision to get clarity for this Ace of Swords to happen. It's for you to get balanced and understand what you truly want and what you need, because, this is also a head or heart decision, okay? Do I follow my heart? Do I follow my brain? Okay? But it looks like it's something that you wish for, and it's kind of here, you know, or it's happened. But it's almost like you don't want to make this decision for some reason. And, you know, when I do these love readings, there's so many, you know, reasons why people aren't together, to learn different lessons, yada, yada, yada. You know, sometimes we have to be apart in order to learn situations, okay? So, I'm going to go with the Nine of Swords. Let's go with it. Father God, please give me clarification. So, whatever's giving you anxiety, there's going to be this, sometimes I say this is immature. So, I mean, if you are dealing with someone that's being immature, or if you're being immature, this is like someone needing to grow up, okay? Maybe needing to feel left out in the cold so that they can be the fool and they can take this leap of faith. Maybe that's what's giving them anxiety, because they have fresh new emotion. This is another side of the story. And they're feeling left out in the cold, or they left somebody else out in the cold. Or, I mean, you left somebody else in the cold, and then you're ready to take be the fool and take this leap of faith. After having this 9, I do want to clarify 9, which would be 5, which is about worries of the past. So you could be worrying about the past, and because this person's coming back, it's like bringing up these fresh emotions. But either you're scared to be left out in the cold, or they left you on the cold, or you left them out in the cold. But the Fool is like, he's taking that leap of faith. He's going for it. He's going to take a chance, because there is this love. There is this 10 of Cups. You've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10s. That's completion, okay? The World is completion. So what I feel like is giving you anxiety, okay, and feeling trapped, maybe there's, you know, a lot of options, obviously, okay? This could either be confusion, or it could be just having a lot of options. But then here you have this 9 of Pentacles. Somebody is fulfilling you, and it's almost like you're trapped, and you don't want to look at it, because he's taking a nap, you know, and maybe all these are all your wishes, and you're feeling trapped for some reason. I almost feel like there's something that, you know, either you're hiding, not necessarily like cheating or anything like that, or like whatever, but I feel like there's something inside that you're not dealing with, okay? Because this is also confusion. So 8, which is 6, which is responsibility. Maybe there's too much responsibility in this relationship for you, because that's what's hindering you. You know, there's this sun, the moon and the sun and the 10 of Wands. Maybe there's a lot of responsibility you have in this relationship. And so therefore, you know, you don't know if this is something that you want for your future. And it's giving you anxiety, because there is so much love here, but there's a lot of responsibility, you know, that is on your shoulders. And maybe that's what's giving you your confusion, is there's just so many responsibilities. And right now you're just like, doing your own thing, kind of, or they're doing their own thing. See, there's the 8 of Swords again. You're trapped in your environment, and as in you. So double 8 would be 8 is 16, which would be 7, which is success. So there will be success in this. If you're willing to share your emotions, okay? If you're willing to balance, I mean, this is about give and take, okay? And even if something is hard, you know, and it feels like there's a lot of responsibility, or if this is vice versa for them, okay? It's time to grow up, because you don't want to pass up an opportunity like this. You know, I can think of many loves that I passed up, okay? And wondering why they were a good person. You know what I mean? Like, really the needs for introspection is like super important for you, okay? Because I feel like you have all the tools, and I feel like you have this person that's kind of either in your environment, or has just recently came in, or you're going back and forth about, okay? But there's this feeling trapped, but there's also this relationship is give and take. There's the 4 of Wands. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 9, which is introspection, okay? It's funny, because almost all my earth signs, it's all about introspection. And it's funny because, you know, Earth, I'm an Earth moon, but we all think and think, but it's really about introspection. To me is really about going within and looking at the bigger picture. Okay. Looking at the qualities that you really want in a person, man or woman. Okay. And not being scared because it's hard work or there's children involved, okay, because there's play and change of directions. Because there's the Eight of Swords, it's like whatever that you're doing that to yourself, and that's why I thought maybe you could be immature or maybe they are being immature. Okay, vice versa. The story could go either way. This is a general reading, and if it doesn't resonate, check your sun, moon, and rising. But there's this give and take. There's this Four of Wands. This relationship has the tools to make it, but you have to get clarity. You have to have this, go through this in order to see all this. I mean, this to me is beautiful. Even if this is just you, this is you offering your love. She's intuitive. She sits on her, on her throne, and she's very happy to be there. And with the Ace of Swords next to it, it's like something's going to slice through, and I feel like it's going to give you clarity. Okay. So let's, get a clarification on but here you are, in your overall hiding your emotions, but yet wanting communications. That's almost like conflict. But it's about foundation, okay? And that's you getting balance on foundation. This is a 4. And maybe that's what's scaring you, is maybe it's like, am I ready to do this? Am I ready to, But you know what? Let me tell you something. You may regret not giving something a shot. You know what I mean? Okay, so for me, this is like you working hard on trying to gain balance. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Can you still see? Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so anyway, for me, this is like, inner conflict, scared. Maybe putting your mind somewhere else, maybe just working hard and like putting your mind somewhere else so you don't have to think about this. But at the same time, it's like you want to work on this. You want to be able to balance. I mean, there is a lot of, you want that balance. Something from the past is bothering you guys, okay? So you need to gather the strength. You need to, it could even be from childhood. And maybe that's why you're like feeling a little trapped, because there's so much responsibility in this relationship that you're scared, okay? But it's all about the world changing, getting balance, getting justice, going inside, introspect, going and really, looking at this relationship from the outside. You don't want to lose something that has so much potential. This is a victory card. This is, your relationship has the strength to make it through. There's this new passionate beginning if you want it. You just got to make a decision and go for it. Okay, and this could be what's confusing you is you did put a lot of hard work into this relationship and it was a lot of responsibility, but it has the success, okay? I do want to clarify the 9 of Pentacles, and then I'm going to go ahead and move on to coupled. And do check that out. If you're dealing with 2 different people, sometimes that seems to help, okay? They've been coinciding. Okay, so again, overall energy, the world. Something is, either in your life or their life, something's coming to a fulfillment and the world is a beautiful card. You've learned something and you don't have to do it again because you've actually learned it. Sometimes we'll keep doing things over and over again, and maybe the wheel of fortune just keeps going, but you don't get the world because you haven't fully learned it, okay? The world is learning it, being done with it, okay? 10 of Swords, for the overall energy, the 10, okay, so here's the 10 of overall energy, but then here's the Ace of Swords. So yeah, maybe you feel stabbed in the back. Maybe this is put a lot of burden on you, but now you have this chance for a new beginning, okay? Because whatever was hindering you, there's the Ace of Swords. I mean, that's the overall energy. So that's just you feeling like that. But here's the Ace of Swords to kind of be like, no, you have this new beginning sitting here waiting for you right next to the world. Are you going to take it?